we are going to have an extended episode on this lovely 220. So, as we were saying, the balancing to protect this lovely future. While 4D mystics talk to you about you being a spirituality process and the human experience, and they don't have you actually hone in on the capacity for you to become wholeness. This is where we differ. So a 5D mystic is going to share with you, you're a human, first of all. You're not going to actually have the expanded relationship with this lovely Akashic intelligence if you're not able to be grounded in what is called your mammalian heritage. So a grounded mammalian heritage person has the Pacha handshake, means I shake your hand, I tell you I love you, for example, and I mean it. And just because you lie to me, I don't go around doing the teenager attitude. The Cusco attitude is what I call it. So this is where, let me explain. Humanly speaking, we all have a 3-year-old. I have one. You have one. We also have all these charged parts. So when people don't learn about what it means to be human, and what I did notice is 4D mystics don't want to be human. Most of them talk to me about the stars, and I'm like, but wait a minute. You're going to join the stars eventually. We all will. I don't want to join them now. I didn't want as a kid. I still don't want to now. Don't you know that you're human life? And they're like, no, I don't want humans. I don't. So that's why 5D mystics for the human love narrative. So we're like, you are human. You're not accepting that your body and you. So, okay, let me break it down to you though, because our lovely trauma experts are out there sharing with people. 4D mystics don't care about that because they're special and anointed. So they stay within the martyr superior of the codependent type or the blamer. And that's what I've observed from my subjective experience of 44 years of age. And I've been in the mystic community since 2006. Yes, 5D has come. It's beautiful. So the longer podcast, if you're curious, I don't do introductions because I'm here to do food for thought. I mean, if you're an inner adult, that's the part. I'm not lecturing you. In fact, I see the lectures. They're beautiful. And they're for the 4D collective who needs somebody to tell them how to do everything, like how to talk to people. We talk about the functional adult love language, but that's because you know how a Pacha handshake works. So you don't do shame, you don't do blame, you don't do fault, you don't do revenge, you don't do the squirrel of the Cusco land, and you don't do Cusco either. You do Pacha. So somebody tells me something and they're yelling in my face, I'm not going to yell back. If they spit in my face, I'm not going to spit back. I mean, the basics, right? Anybody learn it? I know I learned how to be respectful. So this is why protecting the future every day. I wake up and I do something. It's small, but I still do. Power. I'm a woman. I don't go around slapping men thinking that because we have some gender situation going on, which by the way, it's not just gender, it's actually called toxic. I don't like to use those words. See, too many words that we use that we don't use excessively well at all. And I don't use dictionary. So please don't use your left mode. Wait, right here. Use silence, otherwise you're not going to actually get the entire conversation. That's ideal. And so yes, the 5D mystic sees above the fray because we have in our body, as I was trying to get to, compassion. So what does it mean? My whole 3-year-old heart has no shame. So I don't feel defective just because I'm a mystic. In fact, when I've been teased or told that my dreams mean nothing, I'm like, yeah, okay. You know what? You don't understand it or experience it or perceive it, but it's okay because I got my sciences people who are learning about the hard problem of consciousness. That makes me laugh. Anybody who has a relationship with Akashic intelligence, like, ha, ha, ha. Oh, that's so humorous. But we're like, you know what? But it's so amazing because that's how our human expansion of consciousness works. So keep studying. I love studying too. Okay, so this is why left-right mode, we have bilateral, it's called integration. And I have the ability to have fun. You know why? My solar plexus and my heart, they stay open. So I didn't grow into a person who cowered away. No, I said, hey, I'm a 3-year-old. How old are you? I like having fun. Okay, and that's why believing in yourself. My favorite poem, I was 15. Okay, that's enough about me. Back to our channel of guidance. So the 5D mystics are actually pretty happy with where we're going because we have our actual divinity, which is our humanity. It's not because AI is a monster. No, actually technology, science, again, science is great. Sciences and spirituality, they come together. Now, the spirituality soul age group, they're a different journey. I'm enlightenment soul age group. So here's the other part. You all can be functional adults by allowing yourself to learn intimacy. So this is where a window of welcome for emotions, that's what we have. Some people have a window of tolerance, and that's why there's attachment and trauma experts. They're really, really great, very great. I have a bunch of people that if you need, one of which, Patrick Tiahan, he helps all people who have codependent issues because of childhood trauma. So I shouldn't say issues, it's codependency. But I've seen people who consistently live in their toxic relationship coming to me for tarot, Akashic records, what else? Scrying, channel guidance, you name it. And in the meantime, I'm thinking you don't have healthy self-worth because you're with a person who's emotionally avoidant. You don't know how to talk to them like a nice human being. You, as a woman, there's plenty of women who have actually talked about things that I'm like, what? You did what? That's not nice. You shouldn't do that. So here's where, as a woman, I'm going to say the balance of the divine feminine means you have access to all of your charges, which means you have your 3-year-old, 1-year-old secure attachment is called. Okay, so when you do have this, that's why you treat every person like Pacha treats Cusco. No matter what happens, and you don't say, it will be the last time I love because somebody broke my heart. That's for the human suffering group. So on this balancing day, the power of your community is only that if you don't love who you are first, you can't have the power of community because you're going to have a small community because you didn't accept who you are with your flaws and imperfections. And there's plenty of 4D, 3D out there, by the way. In fact, they're called traditional cults, culty cults, ethical cults. You'll notice who they are. It's Peter Pan with the Lost Boys. But they're not all Peter Pans, obviously. So it's just a figure of speech. When you meet Pachas, what you meet is people who are like, wow, the world is changing. It's very fascinating. Okay, so let me continue with channel guidance for those of you who are actually here for the energy aspect. So as I was saying, you are your humanity. That's your divinity. You connecting to, by the way, don't use that word because it's very egoic. That's why when I see people using it, we're losing our divinity. I'm like, okay, you really need to just go back to the ancient times. The Akashic intelligence, space, energy. I mean, seriously, if you don't figure out energy, you're not getting out of your ego. And you literally are not doing any dark night of soul or ego death because you're just doing what is called a karma wheel and most likely rumination. So when you're empowered by your divine masculine and your divine masculine is the ability to use your mind. You can't use your mind if there's impaired bilateral integration. Paired bilateral integration means you don't know that what's coming up from your divine feminine, attachment wounds, trauma charges, projection. I've seen it. I see it. The Cuscos. They all project. They stand together with the Peter Pan leader and they just keep doing that. Okay, so when you know about no need for conspiracies and that you are the first house that you're going to want to return to, your home, is where you're safe. And so the first step before you can even enjoy any of this lovely clear land for my mystics is you being able to have a secure attachment body, healthy self-worth. Means mental, emotional, physical. It's very straightforward. Now, not everybody has it. Again, my 3-year-old's right here with me. I just don't talk about it as a 3-year-old because I was not shamed or humiliated when I had all of my intimate cryings or anger or any of that, which are very important things. So being able to have a child-centric environment is what's going to allow you to be confident whenever anybody's like, you're like, peace out. And that's how it's done. So your divine feminine, you don't lose, and you don't lose your divine masculine. In fact, the inner growth mindset is only applicable if you have meta awareness. So you're like, oh, I have emotions. Oh, I have thoughts. Oh, the emotions are sticky. I'm not going to throw them at somebody and say, oh, I'm justified to hit you, or even, no usage of hands and no usage of insulting people. It's called Pacha 101, Human 101. So secure attachment, healthy self-worth. That's what we talk about today. We have a lot of episodes out there. So your divine feminine, I like to say, it's your body. Your divine masculine, your mind. But you need to get a handle of your feminine and your masculine. The feminine is the right side of your brain, the right mode. And the masculine is the left chit-chatter. We talk all about these things. Again, I'm attachment and trauma informed besides the mystic stuff, which is really awesome. So any of you who are tired with the 4D telling you to lose people and also calling and insulting people, dehumanizing them, if you're tired of that, come on over to IHP. The podcast is on pretty much any platform, and we have YouTube videos, and it's really fun. We're going to have some more because we have a bunch of balancing. Tomorrow is 221 and 222. We all know that's important for the masculine and feminine of you because, your whole twin flame, there's no saga. No saga. Our oversoul, it just keeps getting bigger and more amazing because we're whole 3-year-old hearts. So human love narrative, please join us. Have a great day and be kind and compassionate.